So, Will, you ever notice that every camping story is either wholesome family bonding or a slow motion disaster involving poop, fear, and questionable decision making?
If your camping trip doesn't end with at least one person swearing never to camp again, did you even go outside?
Results will vary. Mosquitoes won't.
They will not.
Been hating my job, I need to quit. Where'd I go wrong? Is this really it? I need to pick me up. Can you fix me up today? I can't keep living this way.
When's the last time you went camping?
Oh Lord. The last time I went camping,
Yeah.
I think I went to, let's see. There was this game called Dead Rising back here. Or not Dead Rising. It was a zombie game of some kind that we were playing.
I think I know what
And
one you're talking about, but I can't remember the name either.
I know, right? Gloom Hollow? Gloom Hollow.
No,
That's not a zombie game, though. That's a different
No, it
kind of game. But there are zombies in it.
yeah.
And I went camping there. So I guess that counts.
That-
But I kept getting woken up by people wanting to beat the crap out of me with boffer weapons.
Yeah, that doesn't count. That doesn't count. I'm talking about you actually getting away from the computer and going outside.
No, I'm talking about no. It is outside and at a campsite, and it's
In the
people
game.
smacking me with real things that they smack you with.
But in the game.
Not in a video game. It's like a live action game situation. It's like football but with swords.
Oh, so you're talking about like
Heavy nerd stuff. Heavy
Yeah.
nerd stuff. Lightning bolt, lightning bolt, lightning bolt, lightning bolt, lightning bolt,
Yeah,
lightning
that's
bolt,
it,
lightning
that's
bolt.
it, that's it.
Yeah, that kind of crap.
LARPing. That's it.
That's the one. Yeah.
LARPing. Oh, that is okay. Well, yeah, I used to go camping every year. My last job, we did a summer company camping trip, and I would take my kids and we would go camping up by Silver Lake, up here.
Oh yeah.
And it was fun, except for I was there by myself most of the time, and my kids half like camping. But every dad knows that, right?
Sure. I'm going to assume yes. I'm going to assume every dad knows that. I don't know anything about that. I know
last
that
time
I complain when I'm camping.
we had one tent with us, and so I put all three of my kids, because it just took three of the six, and they had the tent, and I had to sleep in the back seat of my Ford Expedition. It wasn't that comfortable.
I can only
And
imagine.
that weekend kind of sucked.
Mm.
But
That's-
I did get to spend a lot of time with people that I don't talk to anymore.
Well, there you go.
Kind of. Yeah. I love the hat, by the way. Mm. You got no voice, brother. You got no voice.
Thank you. My buddy Steven gave it to me.
Yeah, there it is.
I hit the cough stop button and I didn't unclick it.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm so smart and handsome. Yeah, my buddy
Yeah.
Steven gave it to me. He's a really cool dude. You'd like him.
I bet.
He is one of my performer guys.
Oh, okay.
Improv guys. All right. So I'm going to move my dinner plate out of the way and actually take the hat off because I want to see my beautiful eyes.
This is actually my mowing hat.
That's your mowing hat.
Yeah, so I don't burn my ears. I have a real hat.
Or the top of your head, I imagine.
Oh. I used to wear this one all the
The
time.
boy out of Texas But you can't take the Texas out of the
boy. Yep, that's true. I'm also not going to wear a hat because I'm hot. So, plus this is kind of
smug.
dirty. I need to clean it.
Smug, saying you're hot and everything. Am I nice? Like my forestry shirt?
I do like your Super Trooper shirt.
It's not Super Troopers. It's forestry.
You know, they're making a third one.
I didn't watch the second one.
Why not? The second one's good.
You know what I really like though? They did another one called Slammin' Salmon. You seen that one?
No, I haven't seen that one.
It's about a restaurant.
Oh yeah, I bet I would love it.
The guy plays Barba is the lead in it.
I like the one that they did with the Beer Fest.
I didn't see Beer Fest either. I didn't realize that was Broken Lizard.
That's where Das Boot really came in because they had to learn how to turn it to not get pummeled in the face by like all the beer in the boot.
I can only imagine. Yeah,
that's not fun.
I'm the most boring guy around. I don't drink beer,
or anything.
I drink coffee and Diet Coke and water. I don't even drink juice.
Good on you.
In your beer sippy cup.
Hey, you don't know there's beer in here. But yes, it is a sippy cup.
I'm just assuming.
It's a glass straw and a metal cup. So it doesn't interfere with the flavor of the beer.
So you just confirmed the mystery that you were trying to... Whatever. Oh boy, buddy, pal, friend.
I wasn't trying to hide nothing.
Well, aha. This one's pretty great.
Well, good sir. Maybe we should get on to some of those stories.
For sure. And as usual, if you guys have any stories you want to throw at us, our email is fixyourlifepod@gmail.com. And we'll try to give you advice. You know, whether it's good or not, who can say?
Yeah, tell us your camping stories. Let's hear some of those dad ones or some of those Texas ones or some of those where you buy that expensive camper that houses, an entire family and a half.
Yes.
With the, 65-inch TV in it.
Let's see. So this is Dad 1 by Today I Effed Up. So today I effed up the plans my girlfriend and I made to sleep together while camping with her family. This is awesome so far. A couple nights ago, I, 19 male, was camping with my girlfriend, 18, and her family. That night, one of our 3-day camping adventures. It was night one of our 3-day camping adventure. My girlfriend shared a tent with her mom. I shared a tent with her brother. The dad shared a tent with no one. When everyone was supposed to be sleeping, my girlfriend approached my tent and woke me up. She had beginner-level stealth mode skills because her brother was wide awake when she was done unzipping our tent. Not the end of the world. My girlfriend and I anticipated that outcome during our brainstorming session at the beginning of the trip. As per our plan, my girlfriend said she had to pee, which was my cue to say, I'll walk with you. This was meant to be the first phase of our secret mission to do it in the woods without the family knowing. However, I literally forgot about the secret mission. I never said, I'll walk with you. Instead, I asked her brother if he was keen to come with us.
Oh.
Because it seemed less ominous to be wandering in the woods in the middle of the night if there were more than 2 people. Her brother shrugged and said he might as well pee. My girlfriend stared at me like I made no sense to her. She said if I didn't want to be alone with her, then I was... What?
Because you didn't.
Yeah.
Like, there was a plan, dude.
You ruined it.
What are you doing?
She said if I didn't want to be alone with her, then I was more than welcome to be alone with her brother. I had to exit my tent without being fully dressed because she stormed off without warning. She disappeared. I repeatedly tapped on her tent and whispered, "Babe," enough times for the person inside the tent to finally respond. It was her dad. I was at the wrong tent. In my defense, it was dark and I was still recovering from a dream I had about being born with teeth growing out of my tongue. And not to mention, all our tents looked the same.
Out of your tongue.
Dad,
That's not a normal one, is it?
no, it doesn't seem that.
I don't think
The
so.
dad asked what I was doing, barefoot in my boxers in front of his tent. I said nature was calling and I was looking for someone to keep me company. Dad connected the dots and asked if I was hoping that someone would be his daughter. I had no idea how to respond. The dad nodded as if my awkward silence was undeniable. An undeniable yes to his question, and sarcastically asked if I wanted his daughter to hold my hand or something smaller. Again,
Like
I was
your dad.
unable to comment. The dad put on his boots and emerged from his tent with torches and toilet paper. He said I said I didn't need toilet paper. Dad said it was for him. I peed. He pooed. I was forced to shut my eyes and think happy thoughts because Dad sounded like he was puking mud.
Oh,
That was too much.
Taco Bell.
On our way back, Dad suggested that I share a tent with him from now on. I was too traumatized to turn him down. But Dad and I have been sharing a tent ever since, which made it impossible for my girlfriend and I to have the privacy we planned for. I'm currently not in the best boyfriend category with the girlfriend. TLDR, my GF and I secretly planned to go to the woods for some nookie while we were camping with her parents. But when it was time to execute the plan, I ended up sleeping with her dad instead. So he rags on her beginner level stealth mode and then follows up with forgetting that there was even a stealth mission to begin with.
Is that equivalent to the hiding underneath the cardboard box in Metal Gear Solid?
Well, at least the cardboard box tricks people in that game.
Very true. Very, very true. This
Good
dad was
story.
on it. This dad was on it. And I am right there with him because I got 4 daughters. So this is only coming. This kind of situation is only coming.
Just saying.
And I'm the dad that's going to make sure it isn't, if you know what I mean.
It is not going to happen,
Yeah.
Mr. Man.
Yeah, no. Not happening.
I say thee nay.
Nay.
Nay
Heathen.
to thee. Nay to thee.
Okay, volume 1. This girl's dad has established his dominance. Yes, very, very true.
That is a fact of truth.
One of my favorite ones is where you have, whether you have a shotgun or not, you take a shotgun shell and then you when they're leaving for like the prom or whatever, you throw it at, like, just go whoo at the boyfriend and go, comes faster after midnight.
Fabulous.
That's my favorite one.
Okay. I'm going to skip the next one and go to this next one after.
Okay.
Okay. Spicy Wood Chips is the name of this person, so clearly a throwaway. 5 years ago, today I effed up by eating a whole bag of spicy chips, then going camping. Hello, Reddit. It is 4 a.m. here and I have no one else to tell. Please feel bad for me, even though I am an idiot. I decided to go on a last-minute camping trip alone yesterday morning. The plan was to commune with nature, take a break from work, hike around beautiful fall landscapes. I spend all day getting ready and doing work meetings, so I didn't have time to cook like I usually would. Instead, I ate spicy jalapeno chips, Tim's Cascade style, delicious.
Those are so
Throughout
good.
the day and nothing else. Spicy food doesn't usually upset my stomach, so no big deal, I thought. I ended up leaving late and had to drive in the dark to get to camp. So, what did I eat to stay awake? More spicy chips.
Because that's a good idea.
You have to be alert if your mouth is on fire. How fun. Anyway, I finally get to my campsite, which is dispersed camping in the middle of the woods. Nobody else around for miles. I thought it would be nice, but instead I feel anxious trying to get to sleep and jump at every little noise. My tent is under a bunch of trees and stuff keeps falling down and scaring me awake. And I can hear unidentified creatures, serial killers, moving around outside. Not much relaxation is happening, but I finally managed to fall asleep for a few hours.
It's a Squatch. That's what's out there.
It's the Squatch.
It's the
Science
Squatch.
fact. And then I wake up and things get really awful. My whole body hurts and I really have to go number 2. But I'm terrified to go outside. Still, there's nothing else to do, so I step outside with my flashlight, trowel, and tissues. Get this taken care of quick and go back to my tent to lie awake in fear, I think. Except, to nobody's surprise, eating nothing but jalapeno chips for a day does not promote healthy bowel movements. I do one fiery poo and realize I have made a huge mistake. Go back to my tent, listen to scary noises, go back out to dig another hole, and poo again. Rinse, repeat. I'm now sitting and listening to something crawl around right outside while I wait for the next wave to hit. So yeah, I might not do much hiking tomorrow, and I am never eating jalapeno chips outside the safety of my own home ever again.
TLDR, ate a bag of the spiciest chips on the market right before going camping alone. Ended up awake in terror all night and making regular trips to poo out in the scary darkness. Dude,
Here's what I have to say.
brain.
Tim's Cascade are not that spicy.
Okay, that's number one. That's number one. We'll do that. Okay, not that spicy. They're good, and they have some heat, but not too much.
I mean, I feel like that my man thinks Red Hot candies are, spicy as heck.
Right?
Yeah.
Nah.
Well, not one episode ago, I was saying, my God, do you know what I need? Indian food. Yeah. Oh
I
my.
need to marry. I want to marry a nice Hispanic girl that likes jalapenos more than their own mother.
Sir, you might have to talk to your current wife.
Dude, no, not a good idea. Also, if you are going to go camping with that form of food intake, you might want to do more than a trowel. You might need to figure out a whole seat situation. It's
Get a
easy,
full
you know,
spade.
toilet seat, couple screws, you're good.
Look, man,
Don't.
leave no trace. That's the whole
Right.
thing, right? Leave no trace.
Yeah.
Let nature realize that you were never there. I mean, to a degree, I kind of get that, but also we're nature as well.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
last I checked, we didn't just like show up in nature, from the outer space.
Yeah. It
Like,
wasn't.
we're
just a
native to
random-
this planet too. We're part of nature.
We didn't start off as mushrooms. It's not. That's not a.
I don't
that's
think
not
so. Mushrooms started off this planet, though.
I mean,
Funguses,
it's valid.
big old tree mushrooms. Theoretically
PM
speaking,
me your NSFW says you can almost feel the burn through the description. It had to be just awful. Again,
Yeah.
they're not that spicy. They're
yeah.
just Tim's Cascade. They're not habanero flavored. You know, this isn't the ghost pepper stuff from uh your spicy wing place that you go and get stuff from. That's not there's no they're just
They're potato chips with
they're
some
jalapeno
jalapeno seasoning on them.
that everybody gets.
They're kettle chips.
Like
They're kettle
dude,
chips baked with jalapeno sauce. I mean, that's all it is. Oy, some people don't even know how to live.
unbelievable. You want to do next one?
I'm gonna skip that one and do the next one.
Okay.
Today I effed up by sleeping in a hammock during a camping trip and leaving candy in my bag. Ah, friend. This is by deleted. This happened 2 days ago. So it all started with me when me and some of my Boy Scout troop members went on a camping trip to Sheridan, Texas, where Splashway is the campgrounds are super where Splashway is. The campgrounds are super nice but very popular. You should go if you live near the area. But look well into advance. Oh boy. I set up my hammock, talked to my BSA friends, and at night I put on my headlight and read a book for about 40 minutes before going to sleep at around 10. Man, this guy's living at the speed of sound.
Like, yeah.
My goodness.
Ooh.
For some reason, it was ridiculously hard to sleep despite it being cool outside, and I didn't fall asleep until around 11:30 based off checking my watch every once in a while. However, I was rudely awakened by an a-hole mosquito in the middle of the night, and it was constantly biting me. Well, that's probably why you couldn't sleep.
You
When
just
it-
have it in your tent, dude.
Right.
No.
When it finally went away, I was itching so much that it was super hard to sleep. Based off checking my watch, I don't think I went back to sleep until around 2:30. My
Wow.
man is just telling me his itinerary. That's what's happening. That
Very
night, I had a weird dream that I was back at my house and trimming trees. While trimming trees, I was swarmed by yellow jacket hornets and was being stung on my arm and butt. And for some reason, when they stung me, it didn't hurt that much.
Yellow jacket hornets aren't yellow jackets and hornets the same thing?
Well, sure,
Some
but like,
hornets are different because I know I got stung this last summer by a different kind. There was like a ghost face hornet or something like that. That hurt. But like yellow jackets and hornets are kind of the same family, aren't they?
yeah, seems legit. So when I woke up, my arm and butt were covered in mosquito bites, and it itched really badly. I got out of my hammock and reached into my bag to put on my jeans. I sleep in underwear
Because that's camping.
in a hammock. Hold.
I got
You're on a Boy Scouts of America trip, right? You're in a hammock, sleeping in your chonies. Most hammocks are rope
or nylon.
or really uncomfortable nylon canvas, right?
Yeah.
Who is this person?
A very intricate and timed person. I'm guessing he does this throughout his whole life. Like he's always talking about how much time specifically it takes him to eat like one chicken taco. You know what I mean?
Sure. Yeah, like God, I do not want to get a report from this guy at work.
No.
And also, he sleeps in his underwear on a camping trip in a hammock with the Boy Scouts
I don't
when
care if
there's a
you're
mosquito
alone.
harassing him.
Yeah, I don't even care if you're alone. That's no, that's not a part of camping. You sleep in some form of clothing when you're camping, even if you sleep butt ass naked. When you normally sleep in your bed, you sleep in stuff, especially if you're in a hammock.
Not a sleeping bag, not a tent, a hammock.
Hammock.
Ugh. Okay. Let's see. Since I didn't have my glasses on, I couldn't make out any fine details. It gets better and better. When I put on my jeans, my legs and bare feet were suddenly engulfed in sharp, stinging pain that only comes from when you are swarmed by ants.
Oh, good. Fire ants. We're ready for the fire ants now. Man, this
Quickly
guy is batting
realizing,
1,000.
right? I started I hastily took off my jeans and started hitting them on a tree. On the tree my hammock was attached to in an effort to get the ants off my jeans, as well as wiping my legs and feet off. Then set my jeans down on my hammock and put on my glasses, which were in my bag, which luckily didn't have any ants on them. With my glasses, I could make out my jeans much more clearly, and there didn't seem to be any more ants, so I put them on, enjoyed about 15 seconds of no pain before I felt more bites. I can't see the very tiny thing in my pants, so I'm going to put on the same pants that were infested a second ago.
I mean, I don't really want to say this, but maybe he's used tiny things in his pants.
My man. Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Like, no.
After a few more rounds of taking off my pants and batting them against something,
Wait.
the bites finally stopped.
Rounds. A
Right.
few more rounds.
My man.
Keep going.
Yeah. I then proceeded to take down my hammock we were leaving that morning and put it into a small baggie. Looking into my hiking bag to put my hammock bag inside, I could see that my backpack was swarming with ants. I quickly pulled out my Speedo and goggles. We were going to Splashway that day, beat them against a tree to get rid of the ants, and put my hammock bag into my hiking backpack. The rest of the day went fine, albeit itchy, and was honestly really fun because of Splashway. When I got home after unpacking my bag, kind of hard because there were still ants, I found opened chocolate and an open bag of gummy bears that I had neglected to take out from a previous campout, which was probably why the ants were in my bag in the first place. It's been 2 days since this happened, and the ant bites aren't really bothering me. It's mostly the mosquito bites, especially since 3 of them are on my butt. I think the moral of the story is to not bring any candy in your bag and to sleep in a tent when there is water nearby that is likely infested with mosquitoes. He should have started with this TLDR, man. I went camping, had trouble falling asleep, woke up to an annoying mosquito that was constantly biting me when I went back to sleep, had a dream about being swarmed by hornets, woke up covered in mosquito bites, and put on pants infested with ants. Dude. The TLDR needs a TLDR.
Dude, the common sense needs more rational. What?
There is one comment, and it is the best comment ever. Do you want ants? Because that's how you get ants. Bravo. Look. That's all I got for that one, man. Like
there's too much to fix. So don't go camping. Boom, you're fixed.
That person does not need to camp ever again.
Or ever own a hammock.
I sleep in my underwear in a camping trip with other people while I'm in a hammock.
Notice there is no mention.
Even Bonnie says that's rude.
That is rude. That is rude. Bonnie, you are right.
Yeah. I mean, much like 2 episodes ago, I agree with Bonnie.
Wow. That was a roller coaster filled with ants.
Dude, I mean, it wasn't even so much like it started off as a boring story, and then it kind of got a little interesting, and then it became more boring, and then it became more interesting again, just because of the sheer stupidity and audacity of this human.
Straight up cartoon character status. What are you doing?
This is some Johnny Bravo level of dumb.
Yes. He's just out there going, ho, ho, ho. Like, what are you doing?
Right? Oh, good gravy.
Wow.
Wait, what?
We got to read that. Rangers and
Okay.
Bengals. Let's read it.
All right. Here's another one. Oh, also, don't store candy in your stuff when you're camping in a place with fire ants, you idiot.
Bring a plastic bag or a garbage bag or a linen bag, anything to put all of your stuff that you
Or bug repellent.
in,
Insect repellent would do it too.
or common sense. Like I said,
Spray
common
the
sense.
entire area down with lemongrass and mint.
Like, dude, anything but what you did.
If you want to sleep in your chonies, do it at home.
You know
Or in a
what?
hotel.
The word that describes that whole post that was in that post, that it just all around he should have started with, was Speedo. That yeah.
So he's the kind of guy who has a Speedo to go to the friggin' water park. You know what I mean?
With people, not by himself, with people.
I don't understand how this person functions in society. We live in a society.
We didn't learn anything about him. We just learned how dumb he is camping.
He's an inconsiderate idiot, right?
Oh,
And also has no idea how to protect himself against mosquitoes when all you need is a sleeping bag and bug spray.
or a candle. You can get a citronella candle. Just that's all you need. If you're in a hammock in your chonis, right? Like, light a candle near you and you're good. That's it.
I would have like 5 of those coil ones just
Right?
around me.
Ugh,
Ugh.
dude.
Moral
Don't
of
go
the story is
camping.
this guy does not deserve to go on camping trips with other people.
Yeah, don't go camping. You're
Like I like how we're focusing on the other people part of this when he said nothing about them.
and he doesn't really care about it. Obviously, he doesn't really care about it. All he cares about is that he got bit on his butt because he
He
was
got an
dumb.
ouch. He got a big ouchie on his bum.
Oh,
For a
Man.
little guy.
wow.
Little guy.
All right. I'm not sure that there's fixing him, but don't go camping. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah. Okay. The Last Gremlin won. It's sad that The Last Gremlin needed a number after it.
Right.
2 months ago. Today I effed up by making bug repellent look like vandalism on my camping tent.
I already love this.
So today isn't quite right for this story. This happened about 10 years ago. Okay.
Oh,
I was
okay.
11 or so when I went on my first camping trip with the Boy Scouts.
Big camping trip.
My first big camping trip with the Boy Scouts. Great. Before the trip, I rented one of the scouting chapter's tents. My dad led the Cub Scouts at my elementary school, so he helped me pack my bag. I, like a lot of people, do not like bugs, which explains why he sent me with a bottle of bug repellent lotion.
Oh, see,
Type
you're
that
already
looks
better
like-
off than the last guy.
What?
You're already better off than the last guy.
For sure.
Yeah.
The type that looks and is worn like sunscreen. I had been on camping trips before, but this hiking trip was a level up from my car camping, so I needed to be prepared. At the
Okay,
beginning of the
well,
trip, I was paired with some of the older scouts. They were present for the hike, but when we arrived at camp, they went to another area to pitch tents and make food with their friends, which, fair. I would have done the same if I had known more people. I knew how to pitch a tent, and I felt overly confident since the adults, including my dad, were at a neighboring campsite. My tent was easy to set up. I unrolled my sleeping bag and everything. I must have also thought I needed more protection from the environment because for some dumb reason, I decided to apply the bug lotion on my tent. It was the equivalent of putting sunscreen on a pop-up canopy. I had no clue. I have no clue why I thought this would help. You were 10. You were 11. Whatever.
Give you a pass. We give you a pass.
Yeah. The rest of what I know is mostly my dad's retelling of the story. Apparently, one of the adult leaders walked by when I wasn't looking, probably while I was busy making food. This person saw my tent smeared in some white, gooey substance. He thought it was ice cream. I do not want to know what it looked like from a passerby perspective.
Not
So news of a new Scouts defaced tent got back to the adults and parents. They all thought it was a prank from the older Scouts, apparently. I'm sure someone was about to be questioned about what happened right before I bumped into my dad. I started bragging to him about my really smart idea. He took a beat before starting to crack up and going to find the other adults to tell. Looking back, I see why their campfire circle found it so entertaining. The only person not amused was the leader in charge of the tent rentals. TLDR, 11-year-old me smeared white bug lotion all over my tent. The adults thought it was ice cream vandalism, but it was young me trying to seem smart. You know what? My advice here is grow older. You won't do that. When you're older and more experienced, you will not do that. I highly doubt any 11-year-olds are listening to our podcast. So
I would reference the last story, but I don't want to because that brings us back to the last story.
Okay, Bonnie has input.
Okay, so
All right, Bonnie, what do you got?
well, I'm just thinking the idea is solid because when you're camping, the bugs swarm the tent.
Sure.
If you could make the tent toxic to the bugs, they wouldn't get in it. You'd be better.
Yeah, but
So,
if they're
like,
trying to run, if they're trying to
like,
run
let's go
away
right?
from the bug repellent, right? They're trying to
Right.
run away from that. If there's any gap in any of your zippers, if there's a hole in the mesh, if there's a hole in the tent, one place that it's not in is in the tent.
But if you could make it non-toxic to humans,
Why don't they make the whole plane out of the black box that can't be destroyed?
shut up, David.
Yeah.
We love you, Bonnie.
Shit. I mean, shoot. Smirching my uniform here.
So if you're okay, my fix is if you're gonna do the outside, you need to do the inside also.
Fair enough. And Bonnie's
Okay.
fix is make it non-toxic to humans,
Yeah,
which is fair. So you make your whole tent out of like lemon wedges or
yeah.
something. Something
yeah,
that
orange peels, lemon
bugs don't want.
wedges,
yeah. Mint. Just
mint.
make it fully gross for
mint.
anything to
You
live in.
can make your tent out of like a really big one of the mosquito coils.
Oh yeah, make the whole tent out of a mosquito coil.
There you go.
Perfect. Or
Done.
make your entire tent a bug zapper.
I mean, that would be the fix that most of my old friends would do. It's like, hey, let's just hook a car battery up to this thing.
Wait, how are most of your old friends? Like, okay, so we grew up together and I've known you for this long.
Okay.
How did I miss this grip of friends that are just,
So
you know what we ought to do?
after
Hold my beer and watch this. I'm gonna do something stupid.
after you moved down there, I got a new set of younger friends that were smart in some ways.
Were
but
they though?
entirely no, they definitely weren't. I'm gonna say one thing about this, and that is don't go camping on a mountain in the snow and burn tires. That's not a good idea. That's not a good idea.
That's like trying to kill yourself on purpose.
Yeah, that is in fact a suicide attempt, is what that is.
Pretty much. You're
Great.
trying to become one of those stories that's on 2020.
Were they spray painting their teeth and yelling "Witness me" the whole time?
No, but they might as well have been.
Good gravy.
I love you all, by the way, and I miss you guys. We had good times.
Aw,
I
pumpkin.
can't drink Jack anymore, though.
That's a good idea.
Yeah,
Don't do that anyway.
yeah.
I'm
no.
fully against drinking that
Well,
swill.
I used to be able to do a lot more than just drink it.
what I want to know,
Not touching that one.
everybody looks back on what we drank as teenagers and young adults and just kind of cringes because it was like Mad Dog 2020 and Jack Daniels, which is absolutely the worst alcohol on the planet, and Everclear, right?
Yeah.
And somehow we survived it. But
I
any of us, you know-
remember one word that will make all of us cringe.
Hmm.
Aftershock.
oh Jesus,
Yeah,
that's that cinnamon stuff, right?
that was the old days cinnamon stuff.
That was before Fireball existed.
That was
Yeah.
before Fireball.
Goldschlager.
Oh, good Lord. No.
Oh no. I actually don't feel good now.
Yeah, that's what you get for invoking the spirits of spirits past.
Spirits of the alcohol. Yeah. No.
Have you seen these kids going on like TikTok and stuff going, so I'm going to try Everclear. I don't see what the big deal is. And then they take a swig of it and they literally turn inside out.
Oh yeah, they
my
just
God.
die. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pours out of the sides of their mouth as they just.
I'm going to
grab-
drink this paint thinner and I should be okay.
Yeah.
It only thins paint. It doesn't thin stomach lining, does it?
Well, see, the thing is just Gen X survived it. We're here
Yeah.
to tell the bad stories.
Yeah,
Old
but they
people.
don't
What?
listen.
Old people, am I right? You oldies. Yeah.
You were like literally like this much younger than me.
Yes,
Still- it
but
still
I'm like
counts.
this much older than both of you.
This much. Here, there you go. This much right here. This.
Oh no, it left the screen with how much more different it is. I like how I'm in striking distance, and you're 1,200 miles away, and you're more scared than I am.
I'm not scared. We were talking about all the bad liquor, and now I don't want to drink anymore.
Good move. We should
Yeah.
do that more often.
Well, what's interesting to me is so Everclear's legal in Montana, and so
Mhm.
every time we would go back to visit Nick's family, Jesse would have me bring him back a bottle of Everclear because he was learning how to breathe fire.
Right.
That's
That
true.
is not the biggest clue that you should not be ingesting it. I don't know what is.
Yeah. It's like I'm just gonna spit this, and there will be fire everywhere.
There will be flames
Out the sides of my mouth.
Flames.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah. So Everclear is a move that you should not do.
We survived, though. We survived.
But
Yeah.
did we?
I mean, okay, maybe with not all the brain cells, but we still survived.
I don't drink, but back when I did go to drinking parties, I was cleaning up my room. And by going to drinking parties, I meant people came to my house and drank in my attic.
Right.
I was cleaning up the attic one day, and my buddy Mike goes, This water smells dusty. I think this water's dusty." And I just, it was like a mug. I go, "No, that's vodka." And then I went back to mopping.
At what point
Those
did
are
you
the best stories, though.
I actually didn't. No, I was. This is back before before I was the cheapest date on the planet.
Huh?
So I was very apt at that. Plus I was also like holding a mop, so it was a lot easier to maintain balance.
Okay.
So
2 Mike Smirnoff Ice, and you're good.
that's a delicious drink. It's delicious and fizzy. I don't see the problem.
Notice they don't make it anymore.
Well, there's a problem. Yeah, it's probably good. I mean, it beats the hell out of White Claw. What?
Oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like how can we make seltzer water worse?
Right. I want to take a LaCroix and add alcohol to it.
That's exactly what that is.
That's what he's saying. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It thought it might have seen.
That is some
blueberry
frat boy
punch.
logic, is what it is. That is some frat boy logic. Oh, this
Yeah,
doesn't have enough, bro. This doesn't have enough booze in it, man. It's like sparkling water, dog. Oh, well, let's put some friggin' shots in it.
My drink tastes like a lime got thrown next door at somebody else. Let's throw some vodka in there. Oh, 'cause
Exactly.
The taste is that far away.
I don't like that one.
I
Ugh.
thought it was funny.
Okay. Maybe this is a story about an adult.
I don't think that's going to happen, but okay, let's go.
Am I the a-hole for not wanting to go camping? I'm going to say it right now. No. I'm from the city. I will stay in the city. Nature, I am the nature here. Thank you. That being said, no camping, please. Writes, I'm on a mobile, so apologies for if the format is weird. So far, it's good. I'm 26 and not an outdoorsy person. I will go hiking occasionally and enjoy it, but I draw the line at actually camping or sleeping outdoors. It's just not my thing. I've tried it, and I don't enjoy it even a little bit. I have terrible insomnia and have a hard enough time sleeping indoors in a comfortable bed. My fiance, 27 man, grew up going hiking and camping all the time. Every family vacation was an outdoors trip. However, he knows I'm not an outdoorsy person, and throughout our 3.5 years relationship, it's never been an issue. I'll go on hikes with him, and if he wants to actually go camping, he has friends he can go with. A few weeks ago, we got together with my fiance's brother and his fiancée. All right. I'll just refer to them as my Bill and my Sil for simplification.
My fiance.
Since we are all fully vaccinated now, my sister-in-law suggested going on a wine tasting trip. She said there's this glamping site she knows in wine country that has yurts with actual beds inside. So it's like camping, but not really. My fiance, brother-in-law, and sister-in-law all seemed really excited about it and didn't sound so bad. So as long as there's an actual bed, so I reluctantly agreed to the trip.
It didn't sound so bad. You just said glamping and yurt. Like, I mean, you use that in the same paragraph there. Like,
That sounds fantastic, actually. That's like a tiny hotel in the forest.
okay, we'll go to Africa.
Yeah. Let's see. Will, you can be upset about the word glamping all you want, but if I'm getting my hair and nails did and sleeping out in the woods, I'm doing it in a bed. We picked a date, and my sister-in-law said she would look into making the reservation. A few days later, she texted us saying there was no more yurts available, but we could all just bring a tent / sleeping bags and camp normally. I'm not okay with this because it's not what I agreed to. I tried talking to my fiance about it. He really wants to go on this trip after a year of quarantine. He said we could bring an air mattress for the tent, and it'd be the same as glamping. But I'm sorry, an air mattress is just not the same as an actual bed. I suggest that we just do a normal wine tasting trip and get an Airbnb, but they all seem dead set on camping for some reason. I just don't understand. My fiance says that we already agreed to go on the trip and I shouldn't be too difficult about it because I'm the only one who has an issue with camping. But I feel like I set a boundary and now it's being completely ignored. Am I the a-hole?
No.
But Bonnie says no.
There's absolutely a difference between a yurt and an actual mattress and a piece of flimsy material and a shitty air mattress.
There you go.
I'm sorry. What happens when the air mattress pops in the middle of the night and you wake up surrounded by plastic suffocating?
Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, there's bugs.
Right?
That's part of the experience. And I do reference again, if you put the the bug like gel on the inside of the tent, then it wouldn't be as big of a deal.
Well, but still, but then you have the whole mattress thing. I've gone camping. I've hated every minute of it. Didn't matter. I was a kid. I was an adult. It sucked. The concept is okay, but then the reality of it is just, you know what? I want a hotel.
Yeah.
I will
I
go
think the
camping
people,
as long as it's in a 3-star or above.
Right. So basically, I don't think they're the a-hole, but that's because they agreed to a yurt and not a tent.
Well, I think it's more the mattress, though, because some could argue a yurt is a tent, even though it's not really.
they were out of
A yurt
yurts.
is a wooden tent.
They were out of yurts.
Yeah.
As they said.
Then change the date, son. Go on a different day when the yurt's available. You can't just tell me, no, we have to go now. Even though you fully hate this, you have to do it.
I mostly see this as a this side or that side kind of thing, because there's people that like camping, whether or not it always ends in disaster or not, and there's people that will never go camping as long as they live for any reason except if they were made to, possibly. You know what I mean?
People with common sense, and there's people who are insane.
I happen to like camping. It always ends in disaster. I always have a problem, and it never ends up exactly the way I want it to, but I still like it.
You're a better
And my
person
kids do too.
That's true.
What was that?
What was that you said?
Oh, I said that you're a better person than I am.
Well, I mean,
She doesn't mean it.
I like to do things with my kids that they enjoy, and they enjoy the camping thing. So I take them camping, even though that just means that I have to regulate bedtimes and stuff in the woods.
Again, you're a better person than I am.
I try, but it doesn't work. It doesn't work, but it always is fun because I only remember the good stuff.
Well, that's good.
So I start thinking about it, and then I remember the bad stuff, but then I do it again. So that just makes me an idiot.
Thing over and over again and expecting a different.
Insanity. Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. No, like it's one thing if it's with your kids or whatever, and people that you didn't establishing a boundary with a 6-year-old is way different than establishing a boundary with your life partner
Or your boss.
or your well, yeah, but your life partner's not your boss, hopefully.
Yeah, but if you're like, a lot of people do camping trips with their job, their company, and so they're there with their boss.
No, because then you are at your worst, trying to survive in the outdoors in all of the terrible, terrible nature in front of your boss.
Well,
Things are going to go sideways. People are going to get fired. By the end of it, they're going to be, chanting around the fire, stringing people up.
right.
No.
Just in they've got their hoods on. They got their hoods on or their hats on, and they got it down, and then they're just like around the fire, right? And they're all like, "Hey, take this shot of Everclear."
Yeah.
It's a bad move. Let's see.
It is. It is a bad move.
So, what's this called? This is in r/relationships. Me, 34 male, my wife, 35 female of 10 years, and I got blackout drunk on a camping trip with a friend, 26 female, and had a 3-way. I don't remember it, but wife is hurt and mad. And I might lose her as well as my best friend. Oh, idiot. Okay. This is r/relationships, and it's going to be a doozy. Oh, they even say it's going to be a long one. This was 10 years ago, so hopefully they worked it out.
I mean,
44
10 years.
now, right? Wife and I met 30 years ago when our parents became friends. We started dating in high school and have been together ever since. We got married 10 years ago. We have never had children because we are still living our lives and don't want to settle down just yet. But we are planning on adopting in a few years. For the last 3 months, we have been on a backpacking trip across Europe to celebrate 10 years of marriage, as well as 30 years of friendship. The trip has been a whirlwind of romance and the most amazing time I ever spent with the love of my life. We got back to California last week and have roughly a few weeks before we return to work. We went on a camping trip with a close friend of ours. I have to point out that our friend is both wife and my friend. All right. We all met at the same time, and we, along with another couple, are a tight group of friends.
Oh,
wife. Yes, this is already shaping up to be great.
oh yeah.
So, wife, friend, and I went on a 2-day camping trip. The first day we spent hiking and swimming and passed out that night. Second day we relaxed in the river and that night we got drunk. Wife and I usually don't drink it all that much anymore, but we have been known to party in our earlier years, and we had a good time hanging out, drinking, and talking about hilarious memories.
Hilarious.
Hilarious. The last thing I really remember was my wife and I heading to our tent. Friend slept in another tent, and wife whispering me flirtatiously that our night wasn't over yet. I don't even remember getting in the tent. I woke up in friend's tent, and neither of the girls were there. Friend had set herself up in a beach chair next to the fire pit with a pillow and sleeping bag. I woke her up and asked her what happened. Oh lordy.
Bad. This is all bad.
Indeed.
This
She asked
is
if I
all
remembered
bad.
anything, and I told her I didn't. She said that we had gone to our separate tents, and then wife couldn't sleep. She kept getting out of our tent and going to friend's tent to talk and giggle. Eventually, I joined her, and we all started smoking some weed. Okay.
Just double down.
We started talking about college, and wife brought up that she made a list freshman year of the things she wanted to do in college. She wasn't able to fill all of them, including a 3-way, getting a 4.5 GPA and going on a blind date. So friend said we could still do one of them, and that's how it started. Oh boy.
Oh no.
I done did it with both of them, and they done did it with each other. I still can't remember a thing about it, but just knowing that I did makes me want to throw up.
Why?
I wonder why. I have never been with anyone besides my wife, and I never wanted to. Wife has been with one other guy before sleeping with me. Oh boy.
Yeah, no. Can of worms. Yeah,
Sounds
that's
like his damage so far.
yeah.
Wife and I have joked about 3-ways before, but we've never seriously talked about it. But I made a comment once that when we get older, 50s or 60s, if our lives need some spice, I would be up for adding someone to our, bedroom times. But that's as far as our conversation on the subject has ever gone. While friend was telling me this story, my wife was in the tent listening to us. We didn't know she had woken up. When friend finished telling me, I just sat there silently in shock and hating myself. I usually turn to humor when I am uncomfortable or nervous, so I tried to make a joke instead of facing what I did. Well, happy anniversary to me, I guess. I am a effing moron.
Yes, you
Especially
are.
when I'm upset and embarrassed.
Okay, just a second. If they all three did it with consent, okay, yeah, they're all three drunk, so maybe not thinking clearly. But it's not like he went to go do the friend and he was caught.
Right.
And honestly, I'm not getting why he's so upset with himself, because so far in the story, nobody's upset but him.
Right.
I think he's more upset about the fact that he waited for his wife and he's only been with his wife. And in a drunken stupor, now his wife isn't the only person he's been with. So he is having a moral problem with it.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
That sounds a lot like his damage. All right. So the very next sentence, my wife burst out in tears in the tent. That'll do it. I, of course, ran to the tent to try and explain something that I had no idea how to explain. Anything I said just dug my grave further. I thought we had all agreed. I have no idea if we agreed since I have no memories of it. Eventually, my wife told me to get the F out of her tent, and I got out. Friend had already packed all her stuff into the car. She apologized for everything and had obviously been crying. She told me that she still loves both of us so much and she hopes we can laugh at this someday, but understands if we can't. Then she awkwardly hugged me and left. Oh boy. I sat outside the tent for probably 2 hours until my wife got out and told me we needed to get out of a campsite before noon. We packed and an hour home silent. And she cried a few times, but if I tried to talk, she wouldn't. She would tell me not to. She has been staying at her sister's for 2 days. She called me yesterday, though, and she wants to come over tomorrow morning and talk. I tried to apologize, but she said she didn't want to talk over the phone and that she would see me tomorrow. She did say, I love you too, back to me before she hung up. I'm so mortified and angry with myself. I never would have done anything so effing stupid. I don't even know what to say to her at this point. I guess I will just let her scream at me and agree with everything because I deserve it. I don't. How can I fix this? Are we ever going to be okay again? I'm not going to bother with the TLDR because basically it's stupid.
Okay. He's not the only one that slept with somebody else. She slept with somebody else.
All at the same time. Like, honestly, she's being irrational about this whole situation, right? Like, he's a bit mortified that he slept with his best friend and his wife slept with his best friend. Sure, that's fair. But she doesn't get to initiate the whole situation and then be pissed at him for it.
No.
But you forget the one thing about this story. She is the wife. She is the woman, and she is allowed to be angry at any time for any reason.
Okay. As the only female.
Oh boy.
Here at the
Yes,
moment.
please, Bonnie, enlighten us.
Honey, you got to learn how to.
I don't know how to do these things, so just move.
Put it in front of your face. That's all you have to do.
Thank you, David.
There you go.
All right.
There.
So I don't buy that, and it is bullshit.
Okay.
Just because you own a vagina does not give you the right to be pissed off about anything or everything and blame him because you all three participated. She didn't say no. She joined in. She didn't say, no, you can't touch her, just me. No, there was no rules, no regulations. She didn't catch him screwing some other girl. They all three did it. And if they're all mortified, that's one thing. But she doesn't get to be on a moral high horse because he slept with both of them and she's pissed off. She slept with both of them. She's in the exact same position. I don't think just because she's the woman, she gets to be so pissed off and holier than thou. Now, personally, if me, my husband, and some imaginary friend all fell into bed, I'd probably be neurotic about it the day after simply because, now I'm going to be convinced that I'm not enough, but that's my hang up. Right?
Right.
Oh,
Now, I honestly, if I was him, I'd be more pissed off that I didn't remember it than anything else.
Pretty much. I mean, like that's my opinion.
But she does not have the right just because she's a chick.
And I agree with you in everything that you said, but in my travels as a man, I have realized that most of the time that when something like this happens to come up, not that I have been in this situation at all, but don't do that. If I were to be in this situation, knowing how certain group of women would act, could understand her being like that because not all women are like you, Bonnie.
Well, I get that. And I don't know, maybe it's because all my friends are dudes or, but I don't see, again, she slept with her best friend too.
Yeah.
Yep.
So if she's going to freak out because technically he cheated on her, well, technically she cheated on him.
True.
She doesn't get the moral high ground on this.
Yeah.
Doesn't, but she doesn't see it that way either, I don't think.
Okay. If in the imaginary world, a situation like this happened with you and your wife,
Okay.
how do you think she would react?
She would be upset, but she would also be understanding, I think. I
Because
don't think this situation would ever happen with me and my wife, but in the situation as what we just read, I think that she would initially be upset and then realize that she's overthinking it and realize that she's
just as guilty?
well, I mean, yeah, not in so many words, but yeah. So
Okay. Well, because here, right? So Nick and I have been married for almost 18 years. He knew going in that I was bi. Now, I haven't had a girlfriend in all that time.
right,
We had that conversation and said, that's if something in that direction happens, it's a conversation we have to have at the time.
right,
If he's going to be okay with it or what,
right,
right? It hasn't happened. I don't see it happening.
right.
But, it's one of those things that in a relationship of consenting adults, you have to know where you stand. And I think they didn't know where they stood together. Not that they're expecting it to happen, but you have to play the what if game. And they did. They played the what if game, and it was okay while it was a concept. And when it happened, they realized they weren't okay with it.
This is a perfect time for me to bring up the F around and find out scale. The more
Okay.
you F around, the more you find out, right? This
Yeah.
is exactly what just happened.
Well, there you go.
They F'd around
Quite literally.
and but like way up here, and he found out because she wasn't okay with the things that happened, whether or not she knows that she is obviously part of the whole thing,
Well,
if not the instigator, actually from the story, from the way it was told by the story.
and really, if you think about it, he was too drunk to remember. Which means he was too drunk to give actual consent.
Yeah.
So
Right.
with both women remembering it, doesn't that put the onus even more on them?
But he's the man, though.
So
And-
it's still consent.
No, I totally agree with you. But in the world of a lot of women nowadays, that doesn't matter. Well, maybe not nowadays, but like in the time that I've been alive, the most recent, everybody's at fault and everybody has a say and all this stuff and everything. That hasn't happened for a good portion of the time where I've been in a situation where I could have been in this situation.
Right.
Most of the time, the woman's just going to have a problem with it because it's another woman. And whether she remembers it or not, it doesn't matter, because me as the man, I did something she didn't want me to do.
But in this case, she did.
But
you can't say yes and then be pissed about it later.
which is true. I agree. But that's not how she's thinking about it. She's thinking, I'm not enough, like you were saying, but in an intense way, that it doesn't matter what she did, he did wrong.
See, and I understand that, I think, intellectually, but I don't buy it.
Oh,
I don't either. That's a terrible thing. Honestly, excuse me. the
100%.
the women instigated this, right?
Yes. I mean,
And
the wife went to the friend's tent in the first place. She's the one that started the whole thing in the first place.
yeah,
She wouldn't just go to bed.
so there's a clarifying comment here. Let's see.
And I'm not saying you're wrong at all, Bonnie. I just want to make sure you
No.
know that. I just,
know. I just think
in my experience, I have learned that, it's the, like I said, the F around and find out scale. It doesn't matter if you're the one that instigated it, you're the one that did wrong in her eyes.
well, again, maybe it's because all my friends are guys, and I'm not.
Well, you're cool. That's the thing. You're the kind of person who is going to be more understanding and actually think about it instead of just be the person not willing to even negotiate about it.
Well, right, because they really just need to have a very deep conversation. But I don't feel like I've said a couple times, I don't think she has the right to be on the moral high horse here.
And she doesn't.
I mean, she doesn't. And also, I think there was a comment. I can't find the comment he's replying to, but he replies to a comment. I think that's part of it. I'm sure she feels humiliated, but she couldn't stop crying about me touching someone else and having intercourse with another person since she is the only one I've been with.
She's jealous.
She's jealous and being territorial.
Yep.
Yeah, that's all you got to do.
Harder for her to deal with that situation than it is for the other two, I'm guessing, because I mean, he did get a hug, awkward hug, right before the friend left. So, like, she seemingly doesn't have a problem with it. She's just upset because the wife's so upset.
Right.
Pretty much. I don't like that one.
Yeah, that wasn't a good one. We should probably find a good one before we call it.
Okay, so maybe don't have a three-way. If that's the
yeah, to fix this, don't go on a camping trip with your wife, get drunk, and then use the F around and find out scale to determine the rest of your life.
Don't go camping with horn dogs if you can't horn dog.
There you go.
There you go. That sounds right to me.
Layman speak. Thank you very much.
Who you calling lame?
No, I didn't call you lame. I said you use the correct verbiage. And now I'm using big words.
$5 word right there.
Yep.
Let's see. But it should be there. Let me see the button. All right. Let's see this one. Okay, guys. Today I effed up by going camping impromptu with my girlfriend and nearly getting murdered. So hey, I like this. I like this one so far. Last weekend, my girlfriend, 21, and I, also 21, had the bright idea of going camping on the fly. Oh, this is by Unhappy Camper 31, a clear throwaway account. We got off work on Friday night and zipped out of town. We headed toward a first come, first served campground that was 2 hours away. My girlfriend called ahead to ask if, so we can look at Will's pulling them there.
Any campsites left open?
My girlfriend called ahead to ask if there were any campsites left open. There were 6. By the time we arrived, it was pitch dark. The ranger had gone home, so we decided to drive through the campground looking for an empty site. Every spot was taken. We were out of luck. My girlfriend was already getting anxious that we'd end up sleeping in the car or something, so we took a crash course lesson on how to camp on state land legally. Using my phone's map, we located a pretty sweet secluded spot on a small peninsula. It was at the end of a 5 or 6 mile path and looked out upon a beautiful lake. We thought we had it in the bag.
Sounds like a great place, but also 5 or 6 miles. You're going to hike that far?
In the dark.
In the dark?
Please.
Okay, go ahead.
Bears beats Battlestar Galactica.
Yep.
Our journey to our improvised camp spot began. We followed the GPS into the woods. This is where things started to get sketchy. The road
So-
became dirt, and then soon after, it became a sandy one-laner. At points, I was nervous that my car wouldn't fit down the path. Oh, they were driving.
Okay, so they're in the car. Okay.
Should we turn back? My anxious girlfriend asked. I told her that I didn't think we could. The path was too narrow. We'd have to follow it to its end and turn around.
Okay, what kind of car are they in doing this? Because
Hopefully a
obviously,
smallish one with four-wheel
Yeah.
drive.
yeah. I mean, if you don't have 4-wheel drive or at least an SUV of some type, like I can understand not wanting to turn around, but there is a thing, not something that I like to use, but it's called a 30-point turn. Turn around. You can turn around. You can do it,
It's the Austin Powers turn.
right?
Exactly. The 17,000 point turn. Okay. As we arrived at our improvised campsite, it was beautiful. In the moonlight, we could see out onto the lake from our peninsula. Our small clearing in the woods was in the shape of a circle, maybe 20 feet in diameter. It was just large enough to fit our vehicle and a tent. It was around 11 p.m. and we worked to assemble the tent under the beam of my car's headlights. Remember that we're in BFE right now. It's pitch dark and we just traveled 5 miles down a dark one-way trail. My girlfriend was not having it and was starting to inquire about black bears. No, nothing's going to bother us, I reassured her. We got the tent assembled and settled in for the night. She finally started to calm down a bit and relax to her normal cheery self. We drifted off into a travel-weary slumber. Get up, get up, get up, she smacked me violently. What is it? I mumbled, not awake yet. There's a car here. It was bright inside the tent, maybe 6 a.m. A car rumbled right outside, so close it could run us over. It's probably the park ranger. We must have done something wrong, so I'll go talk to him. I wasn't too worried. I started to put my shirt on. It's not the park ranger, she screamed. It's 1 a.m. The light coming into the tent wasn't sunlight. It was from someone's headlights. We heard the car moving outside. They were about to run us over, I was sure. I unzipped the tent to go talk to them. My girlfriend was hysterical. She begged that I stay in the tent with her. Oh, boy. I popped my head out to see the rear end of what looked to be an early 2000s Impala. I couldn't tell the color and was too groggy to get a plate number. For a moment, all was silent. I looked at the car as it faced away from me, ready to go back down the one-lane path. I waved. The car then kicked into gear and started driving away down the path and back the way it had come. My girlfriend got out of the tent. Who was that? I don't know. Maybe some other campers? What kind of idiots start camping this late? Us. We stood outside the tent contemplating what had happened. We talked, and maybe 10 minutes passed by. That's when she saw it. My girlfriend's eyes became saucers. They're coming back, she stuttered. She was right. In the distance, through the woods, you could faintly see the headlights of the vehicle coming toward the campground. She started to run toward the tent. No, get back here. Don't go in the tent. The tent was the equivalent of a little kid hiding under their bed. It was the last place we wanted to be. We ran into the woods and hit the ground, lying there like slugs. The car slowly rolled through the woods and came to a stop about a football field away on the trail. The doors opened. They got out. At this point, I will tell the story from the point of view of my girlfriend.
Oh, I'm gonna love this.
No, I got this. Hold on.
I'm gonna love this.
4 men got out of the pickup truck. They made their way toward the tent quietly. In the moonlight, you could see the silhouettes of guns drawn. They were there to kill us. I'm going to go talk to them, my boyfriend said. You need to run toward those house lights in the distance right now. He misunderstood. We were on a peninsula. They're sure there was a house out in the distance, but you'd have to swim a quarter of a mile to get to it. It's on the other side of the lake, stupid. I wasn't having it. We were going to die. I'd accepted it. The 4 men came within 10 feet of the tent. They were closing in on it. We'd left our cell phones inside, and it was only a matter of time before they searched the area and found us. My boyfriend's car started honking. The emergency alarm had been activated. The men jumped into the air, startled. They booked it back to their vehicle as fast as they could, guns flashing in the moonlight. The car left in reverse at full speed.
End
And,
of girlfriend's point of view.
There you go. We have to leave right now, she said. She was grabbing things and throwing them in the car. Personally, I've just gone back to sleep. But yeah, the whole thing was a little weird, so I agreed to pack up. We threw the mashed up tent in the trunk and floored it down the little one-way path. We ended up sleeping in a Wendy's parking lot that night. Oh, and some mosquito got in the car and took me till 3 a.m. to kill that bitch.
Did he have a Speedo?
There was a mosquito, yes. I
No,
told you
a
the mosquitoes
Speedo.
I told you the mosquitoes would not vary. It still wasn't the next day that we discussed the BS that was last night, that we found differences in what we saw. My girlfriend saw a black truck, 4 men, and a bunch of guns. I saw an old Impala with 2, thankfully unarmed teenagers. They had approached our car making monster noises. It was a prank. They were trying to scare us. So I decided to prank them back and waited till they got close enough to my vehicle to honk the horn. They ran away. Easy. 2 unreliable narrators here is what boils down.
Yeah.
I went camping with my girlfriend. The campground was out of campsites. We went down a dark trail into the woods to a secret campsite on the peninsula. Some teenagers tried to scare us by sneaking up at us at 1 a.m. My girlfriend thought she was going to be killed and eaten. We slept in a Wendy's parking lot.
Number one, if your girlfriend is afraid of seemingly everything, maybe don't take her down a dark path in the middle of the night and then make light of the fact that people showed up when there isn't really a reason for them to be there in the first place.
Going Green River Killer the entire time.
Green River Killer.
Yeah. You remember our moms kept us inside when the Green River Killer was around.
I mean,
Yeah. Even though we weren't the
target.
we weren't even the target. We weren't his like main audience.
Yeah.
That's true. No, at the time I think we were like 10. Anyway, we weren't prostitutes until we were at least 12.
Yeah.
Come on.
There's a difference.
Also, I don't think she was scared of everything. I think she was scared of the car with people in it.
I mean, she definitely got scared too easy and then imagined a whole bunch of things, including flashing guns. And like, I understand being scared about stuff at that point. Okay, sure. That's fine. But at the same time, they left. You can calm down. And obviously, I'm there to protect you and doing the things that I need to be doing.
Yeah.
And I find it funny.
Mhm.
So I guess that means that you should find it funny, because that's how I feel most of the time. Is when I think it's funny, my wife should think it's funny. But that doesn't always happen, or actually most of the time doesn't happen. But we're not going to talk about that.
But if you're in the middle of nowhere where nobody has a right to be, and somebody else shows up,
Yeah.
that means they're doing something sketchy.
Well, that's creepy. That is definitely creepy. I agree with that.
And then they came back because clearly they made the decision after they left the first time to come back and murder everybody because there could be no witnesses. I can see where she's coming from.
That could be her point of view. Her point of view, definitely. If I was thinking that same way, then yes, and I could see myself thinking that same way. But also, if I see 2 teenagers messing around trying to make some weird noises outside of my tent, I'm gonna mess with them.
Yeah. That's fair. Also, how do you mistake a truck and 4 dudes for an Impala and 2 kids, or the other way around? How do you get those confused?
She was letting the fear take over.
Well, I mean, like that's some Pennywise level of hallucination, though. I mean,
We didn't hear about a red balloon.
Well, they all float on that lake. My God, man.
This was straight up like a Michael Myers kind of situation where you
so
think
silly.
you are gonna die because Michael Myers is coming for you, and then you realize it's just a hockey goalie that forgot to take his mask off.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Isn't the hockey mask Jason?
Yeah, Mike Myers is the
One with the
inside out William Shatner mask.
I
Yeah.
know, I'm trying to add 2 and 2 to make a Freddy Krueger. Okay, calm.
6 and 9 make 27.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Okay, but here, answer me this. Talking about Jason, how is it that when he went into the lake, he was like 12, and he came out a full-grown man?
He's a deadite.
Zombie.
So they grow up.
No, the Necronomicon. You see the Necronomicon in the second movie when she actually resurrects Jason. His mom resurrects Jason. She's using the Necronomicon Ex Mortis from the Evil Dead franchise. So him becoming a deadite zombie made him big and zombie. Now that being said, that was not confirmed until the most recent movie, when the creator of Jason went, yes, that is exactly what happened. So
And the Cenobites showed up what time in the story?
Cenobites don't show up at all. No, that's the Millennium Puzzle. That's a different thing, babe.
I mean,
All right.
you guys know more about this stuff than I do. You guys introduced me to this stuff, so like, yeah, I am still not one of these people that you know.
Yeah, the
love-
Necronomicon Ex Mortis has crazy powers.
I totally understand what you're saying, though. At the same time, because I am a sci-fi buff, and like I said, zombie.
He's a zombie. He's a big angry zombie.
Yep.
Well, I mean, on that note, Camp Crystal Lake.
Yep. And zombies. If your camping trip ends with a bear, a breakup, or a bowel emergency, congratulations. You've had a classic American outdoor experience.
And if you didn't, go back out there and try harder.
Just remember, we're not experts.
Not even a little.
Results will vary.
Every time. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye now.
Bye.
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 Bye now. Bye. Bye.
Bye.